Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. I want to talk to you about some of the things I started doing recently to prepare for the future, but also to make my life easier right now. So one of the things I started doing is looking for the good bread reduced. This is a loaf of organic bread marked down from $4.49 to $2.29. And it is organic white bread. And so what I did is I put bread at the top of the list because I was influenced by Little Promises, who said, go to Ezekiel 4:9. Take thou also unto thee wheat and barley and beans and lentils and millet and finches, and put them in one vessel, and make the bread thereof. So the people were under siege, and their enemies were attacking them, and they were told to basically stockpile bread and beans and lentils, and grains. So I thought, well, I think that is a good place to start. You're always going to have sandwiches for one thing, and you're going to have better bread. The Dollar Tree bread is pretty good. They have some nice bread now. So that influenced me to store beans for one thing, and to store food to make bread for another thing, but to make sure I always have bread. Okay, and then I started buying a large juice. That way you always have pretty much some fruit, right? So what I did is yesterday I bought some apples at Ralph's marked down. I try to get the fruit marked down, and I thought, and this is nice. You can make yourself some applesauce using this, or some apple butter. So you have some juice and you have some bread. So that is at the top of the list now. So then now this is like a little food storage, but you could also think about this as your food for the week. So then I have the first thing here I have is some beans, some pork and beans, and some pinto beans, and I have some bread. So I want to make sure that I have at all times beans and bread. Now the canned beans, you can just open those up and eat them straight out of the can if needs be, God forbid. Okay, and then consider making jam, apple butter, pickles, sauerkraut. So this week I bought a large jar to make my sauerkraut, because I got an organic cabbage marked down, but there's nothing to stop us from always having sauerkraut. And then ice cream. So consider making, I made a plum jam. That was good, and boy, was it easy. So now for bread, I would want to go for one loaf per week. And for beans, I would want to go to 30 cans per month. Okay, now the next one is some canned meat. Now, why canned meat is because the price of the feed has gone up. The cattle feed, the poultry feed, and there's always like some kind of a poultry bird flu thing. So this is just an assortment. I have some Vienna sausages, some deviled ham, and I have my bread, and some chicken, some tuna. Okay, I would suggest buying a case of tuna as soon as finances permit, because of overfishing and the cost of the cans. Those will probably go up. So tuna, white chicken, and 2 roast beefs. Then next to that, I have some soups. And I decided, as if finances permit, go to the better soups. These are big cans. They say it's one serving, but this, if you have bread, so you have a sandwich and some lunch meat and some soup and a can opener, you can get by. And so for soup, I would go to 15 a month. And then I have some peanut butter and some milk. Okay, with the canned milk, you can make yogurt. If you have a starter, that's very important. And if you have jam and peanut butter or honey, that's going to be so much better for you too. So for soup, I would suggest 15. That's enough for a month. And for peanut butter, I would suggest 4 per month. If something happens, you're probably going to be eating a lot more peanut butter. And another thing is just get into the habit of eating peanut butter and jam or honey or brown sugar on your bread. So that way you're kind of used to doing that. So for the canned milk, if I would consider cans, I would go for 10 because 2 cans is 3 cups. So you would have 30 cups. It's not the cheapest, but it's the most durable. So here is what we have so far. And then what we have here is meals ready to eat. And I bought these at macaroni and cheese, conchas and vegetables, and some spaghetti. And then today I bought 2 of these condensed sweetened milk, and this is some chocolate. And today I made chocolate ice cream because these sweetened condensed milk make a big batch. So I made half a batch. Let me give you the recipe here. It comes out really good, and you can buy these at Dollar Tree. You could use evaporated milk, but the evaporated milk would be half and half. You could use any kind of milk. And then you need whipped topping. So if you want to make chocolate, just add 1 tablespoon of cocoa. You know, the cocoa powder. And you can put any toppings. So what I did is I added the sweetened condensed milk and the milk and a teaspoon of vanilla and the cocoa powder, and I blended that. Then I poured that into a bowl and I added the whipped topping and I mixed it with a whisk. And then I just put it in a cup and it's in the freezer. And this is really good ice cream. So in a way you could think of this as a storage for making ice cream. And then I bought this big jar at Dollar Tree so that I could make sauerkraut. I'll be able to fit most of a head of cabbage in there. And then I'm trying to remember to pick up 1 or 2 spices when I'm at the store. So let me fan out so you can see what I've got so far. So you can see this is not too expensive, but it's a lot of food. It's going to get you through a week easily. Okay, and then I want to mention these packages. Okay, the first one is potatoes, so you can have some mashed potatoes with the roast beef. Or you can put this roast beef on toast. That is really good too. Or you can put the roast beef in one of these packages of stroganoff, or you can add barbecue sauce to the roast beef and make a barbecue beef sandwich. Or you can make a beef burrito. And then with the Alfredo package, you can add chicken Or you can add tuna with some peas. That is good. Or you can add some, what was I going to say? I forgot. Anyway, then as far as the rice goes, these packages are really handy. You just zap them for 1 minute. But, so you have potatoes, pasta, and rice in your food storage. All of this food is storable. That's a good thing about it. And then today I picked up, one of the things I wanted to pick up are these plastic bottles of soda, because they say that soda is going to go up. And then I want to mention some cheap, okay, you might think I couldn't possibly get by on bologna, hot dogs, cheese, tuna, deviled ham, Vienna sausages, and canned roast beef. But if anything happens and you have them in your stockpile to go with maybe some of the food that you normally buy, you're going to be able to cut way down on your grocery shopping if needs be. So, okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And God bless you all. Bye, you guys.